Welcome back to another Grizzly post-match reaction from my car. Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0. Liverpool go temporarily to the top of the table. 4 wins out of 5. Plenty of goals scored, 1 conceded. A brilliant finish from that fella last week for Nottingham Forest. Hudson-Odoi. Otherwise would have been an absolute perfect clean sheet record in the Premier League. Liverpool were good. Nervous start from Liverpool. Bournemouth have a goal rightly disallowed for offside. I can't remember who gives the ball away, but it's played across, takes a slight deflection, and Semedo, who was a threat throughout the game, lashes it home. But that was the warning that we needed. We needed a wake-up call. We needed a, hey, let's get last week out of our system type warning. And that was it. We played some good football. I tell you. Our midfield, man, I just want to touch upon our midfield for a little while. I know Gravenberch has been getting all the headlines, and rightly so. We will speak about Gravenberch, aka Gravy. Absolute gravy. He plays like it's a 7-a-side. You know how we all played 7-a-side or 6-a-side? Well, I certainly did. I'm sure plenty of you did as well. And you know, you have that one player you just put in the team because he can pretty much do everything, and he plays it at his own pace, and his touch, his control, his strength, his short pass, his long pass, and he can crack a shot. That's gravy for you. But I want to shout out Szoboszlai, and I want to shout out McAllister, who's had a bit of a slowish start, but he's coming into his own. I thought the interchanging between the three of them was something that Bournemouth couldn't get to grips with. And I think that was the key for me. Because before that, they were pressing us again, man to man, making life very difficult for us. But I thought all three weren't fixed in their movements or their passes or their direction of passes. Do you know what I mean by that? In terms of they played the game almost off the cuff, rotating with each other. And that's all about understanding and communication. Now, in game week 5. Now in game week 5, we are kind of seeing why he picks the same midfield again and again and again. Because it's a new midfield. Because he's a new coach. And he wants them to get to know each other and his instructions. And it's becoming very apparent. Yes, there were calls for rotation. But now we're seeing there's a method to his madness of keeping the same midfield. Because their movements and their passing networks are almost becoming second nature. And that's what you want. You want the understanding and the teamwork to be all in sync. We scored the opening goal through the man everybody wanted output from, LUCHO Diaz. It's a brilliant ball from Ibu Konate, whose passing, by the way, has improved twofold. People sort of criticizing his distribution. I don't know his stats straight off the bat. I'll have to look into it, and we'll do a post-match reaction show on the channel. But his passing was so improved. And I need to know what his success rate was actually. I'd think it was very, very high. Mid-90s. Beautiful long booming pass. Luis Diaz takes it on his control. Kepa, the Chelsea goalkeeper, I think he's on loan. God knows what he's doing. Not our business. LUCHO Diaz calmly goes around him and slots it behind. Quick fire. Bang. Second goal. Again, that man, LUCHO Diaz. Trent Alexander assist. Did I hear you say? Guys, the guy's a genius. We know about his assist. We know about his vision. Trent Alexander with the assist. And this time a left-footed finish from Diaz. Diaz is scoring clutch, important goals. Very much like his predecessor, Sadio Mane, used to from that position. For crying out loud, people wanted a Sadio Mane replacement. Guys, they don't grow on trees. Sadio Mane was a one-off, a rarity. Luis Diaz is Luis Diaz in his own right. But he's now coming in clutch. He's scoring very important goals. I believe that's 5 goals in 5 games now. You guys know me and my stats. They're not the strongest point. Stats is not my strongest point. But he's coming in clutch now. He's scoring that opening goal in so many games, the vital goals. He's scoring and making impact in the games. He had a brilliant first half. He had the fullback on toast, who had a good game in his own right, but that's how good Luis Diaz was. For me, he was the most potent attacker. And then the moment everyone in the ground probably and online and Nunez haters and Nunez lovers and Nunez fans and Nunez observers were probably anticipating. Darwin Nunez gets his first start of the league campaign. Jota hasn't been himself last few games. Darwin Nunez gets a deserved start, maybe some would say. And what a goal. What a goal. Lovely interplay with Mohamed Salah, as is the case with them two. They have a kind of understanding that's quite fun to watch and see how it's developing. Bit of interplay with Mohamed Salah himself. And Luis Diaz can do this. He can do this. He's capable of doing the stuff like he showed. Cuts inside with a beautiful curl right past the... I'm not going to comment on the goalkeeping yet because I need to see it more. But let me know if Kepa could have saved it. I don't want to take nothing away from Nunez. People are going to say, oh, you're a Nunez hater. Shut up. Why would I hate a Liverpool player? Shut up. I love Darwin Nunez. I want him to do well. Doesn't mean I have to rate every single Liverpool player. I want him to prove me wrong, so wrong, I eat humble pie. Because it will mean he's been a success at Liverpool, and it will mean he scored loads and loads of goals. I want him to score loads of goals. I want him to grab every opportunity he's given, and he grabbed it today. I thought his hold-up play was fantastic. His work rate was insane. The amount of times he Jota-esque, Bobby Firmino-esque, came back and won the ball for the midfield. If there was a misplaced pass, or he was second to a pass and the defender or the midfielder anticipated before him, he would chase them down and win the ball back. Mohamed Salah was having his wonderful, effective, stroke quiet, stroke still effective, stroke still in the game kind of game. Should have got a couple of assists, had a couple of attempts. By now the football was flowing. By now the football was liquid. The interplay in midfield, as I said, Andrew Robertson's levels of energy are back. It's so good we're able to rotate him with Tsimikas because we need that Andy Robertson. I thought his energy levels were back. 3-0 at half-time, game pretty much done. Even though Bournemouth were having a few bits and bobs, they're a handy team. Premier League, I don't think there's any weak teams. Apart from 1 or 2 that I don't want to mention because we're still yet to play them. And we need to show them respect. But I thought we were in control, and as per usual, the second half was a matter of keeping the ball in this new slot style. Maybe Jurgen Klopp team would have gone and scored more goals. Maybe would have won 5-2 maybe, or 4-1 or something. But Arne Slot kills the game. We keep the ball for the majority of the second half. They have a couple of chances near the end. Kelleher steps in, immaculate handling. Normally when Kelleher comes in after a rusty period, it takes a few games to warm up naturally. But he was immaculate. Didn't parry any shots, made some wonderful saves. And Ibu Konate, again, many raised eyebrows in terms of his form at the end of last season. Kwanzaa stepping in, performing heroically, keeping his place at the start of the season. All it took was one bad, roughish half from Kwanzaa for Ibu to get back in the team and show us that Ibu Konate, ladies and gentlemen, is a world-class centre-back. And we forgot that. And we forget that. Magnificent. So dominant. Good on the ball, as I said as well. Blocking shots. Virgil, as I've said, Virgil, to me, is very close to back to his best at the grand old age of 33. Immaculate control, timing of his passing, tackling, his headers. And we were a threat on set pieces, both of them as well. All in all, we should have scored more goals in the second half. We had loads of breaks. Chiesa comes in for his Anfield debut, Premier League debut actually. And with his first shot, has an audacious volley from 35 yards. Very similar to, guys, do you remember Luis Diaz's volley? Luis Suarez's volley, sorry, I beg your pardon, that hit the crossbar against Arsenal. One of those, when they say what would have been one of the greatest goals ever. Or hits the post, sorry. But obviously, Chiesa was not with the pace of the game, and his shot lacked a bit of pace and power and direction. But it got the crowd moving and lifting. Gakpo, again, with a scintillating little cameo. Should have scored, should have got an assist. Mohamed Salah should have got a wonderful assist where he tries to put it on a plate for Darwin Nunez. We had opportunities galore. It was a matter of relaxing and concentrating and focusing so we don't concede. We very nearly did, but ultimately 3-0, top of the table temporarily. What more can you ask for? You make mistakes, you rectify them. We made a mistake last week at home to Forest, and we've gone on to rectify them, or that mistake. We are now 4 wins out of 5, as I said, and we're entering a period of tougher games, I'd say, which makes the defeat to Forest frustrating, because we should be 5 out of 5. But hey, listen, we keep it going, we keep it moving. We now await the result of tomorrow's game. We gain regardless of whatever the result is on one of them, and that's what we got to do. We got to keep our performance levels high. Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, energy levels, everything was insane. Just his final decision making got hauled off at about 60th minute, but no problem, he needs a bit of a rest as well. And Gravenberch, McAllister just oozed absolute quality. Curtis Jones came on, looked much better as well. And as I said, shout out Robertson and the 2 lads at the back. In fact, the keeper as well. In fact, guys, help a brother. Let me know who's your man of the match in the comments below. Let me know if you think I didn't praise someone or I overpraised someone. Let me know. Let me know. I like to hear different opinions and views, and I like to know how you guys saw the game. Everyone sees the game differently. So yeah, get in the comments, like, and let me know who your man of the match was. We keep it moving, we keep it going. You have just watched another Grizzly match reaction, but I'm not so grizzly. We're good. Last week was a blip, and we keep going. Take care. Peace out.